Wow. I was busy with a big knife here. Welcome to Season 8, Episode 18. Left to Center podcast, Lock Pod, Indiana's most dangerous podcast, and somewhat popular in Belgium as the locomotive, we usually say. But instead of the locomotive, we have another 50-plus-year-old in the studio today.
Can't just be a different locomotive?
If you want. Hey, today, it's your day. It's your day, brother Phil.
Some would say I'm a better locomotive.
Some would. Like he's like a steam locomotive, but you're like a diesel or like a...
I like that, yeah.
It's like the old-time locomotive. You're like the new
I'm
school
certainly
locomotive.
a younger locomotive, right? That's, even though...
I mean, yeah, even you're old now, but...
I am.
Happy 50th.
Thank you.
I
woke up.
I don't think of you as... But then again, I don't think of me as in my 50s, but...
It's kind of because like I act like I'm 12, so nobody can actually realize that I'm 50 years old. Is that?
I think it works.
Yeah, it's all about personality and attitude. You know, like people are like, "Hey, what do you want for your birthday?" And I was like, "Well, I don't want a gift, but if you're absolutely going to get me something, I want baseball cards."
Yeah, like a bunch of 8-year-olds.
They're like, "What booze do you want?" No, baseball cards.
Baseball cards.
You know,
that's what you want.
I still act like a kid.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You want baseball cards?
Yes.
You just want the gum in the
Well, I
cards,
better
right?
take back that.
They got rid of
Yeah.
What? Those were the good old days.
Oh, yeah.
And the gum was
They don't
in
have
there.
gum anymore.
No. No, because there's probably a liability. Somebody would chew it and like something would happen.
Cut
and then
themselves.
Slice their throat open.
Yeah.
They would sue.
They were pretty sharp at the edges.
I mean, that's why attorneys are so successful. Because you could
because I'd sue over the gum and the baseball cards.
Kevin would put
Johnny
ads up.
choked.
Did you chew gum from a baseball card pack?
In the 1970s?
Yes. Well, that's true because I have old packs that aren't opened. So there's gum in there. Maybe we should talk.
You know what?
Through.
Let's open it. Try it.
Yeah.
See if you get sick.
Okay.
Class action.
Yeah, but if I get really sick, Kevin, I mean,
that's your problem.
Okay.
I just want to make sure we have a good plaintiff's case.
That's fair. No, thank you. Thanks for caring.
Someone, one of our regulars, Jeff Riddle, put this in chat. It's a link. I don't know what it is. We're just going to play it live on the air.
Whoa.
We might get kicked off the air.
Oh.
Can I play? Is that copyrighted?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
All right.
Whoa. Check that out.
Wow, Jeff.
Wow. That might be copyrighted. I'm going to stop it there.
Stop.
I'm going to stop the music there. But
Look at
thank you,
that.
Jeff.
Jeff, that was
Look
amazing.
at that. That's cool. He made
Thank
that.
you, sir.
Happy birthday, Phil.
That brought a tear to my eye. It got me emotional.
Happy birthday, Phil.
Mainly because I'm older and I get more
It
emotional.
could be, yes. It's already starting.
It's not about the actual video, yes. I woke up this morning, immediately threw my Depends on.
I was going to say, got a diaper.
And here I am.
No, took your Depends off.
Oh, yeah.
You had 'em
yes,
on.
you wear 'em,
You
yes.
were in bed.
Yeah.
Speaking of this morning
this
and
is
you
great.
waking up, we have this picture we're going to show here. This is your front yard, is this right?
That's accurate. Yes.
All right, let me look at this. What is going on here?
Yeah, so, by the way, I got home last night. I had a few drinks with some friends. I got home. It wasn't late. It was probably like 11. This was in my yard. I didn't see it.
Maybe it's because you had a couple drinks with your friends.
Maybe. I didn't see it. So this morning I wake up.
This is huge.
Yeah,
How do you not see this?
And Kelly goes, Phil, what'd you think of the sign?
Look at the
and I
size
go, what
of that."
sign? What are you talking about? And she's like, walk outside with me. And, this was out there. And then Carter sees this. I'm laughing because of the, happy 69. And Carter's like, what are you laughing at, Dad? And I'm like, how do you explain this to your 8-year-old? Well, Carter, I'm really 50, so the fact they put 69 is older than 50, and that's why it's funny.
Look at this. There's a gaming controller there.
Or is 69 just funny, Phil?
Well, that's what I'm saying, but I couldn't tell Carter. I mean, I can't, like... He's probably watching right now, like, Mom, what is Dad talking about?
Do you know who made this?
My neighbor, who's next door, sent me a text yesterday and said, Phil, if you need more room for the sign, you could use our yard. And I have no idea what he's talking about. I just
no.
I blew it off because I honest to God, this is all true.
Maybe he didn't even realize it was about you. Maybe there's another grandpa.
And he's listening, by the way. Richard is, I want to say he's almost 90 years old, or he's 90 years old. He just had a birthday. And he listens to the podcast all the time.
He
Thanks,
texted
Richard.
you?
He texted me.
That's really
90.
good for
I love
yeah.
that. How
True
cool
story.
is that?
Yep. He's a great guy. Happy birthday, Richard. By the way, happy birthday, Tony Hopperich. I think his birthday was like 2 days ago or three
Nice.
days
Happy
ago.
birthday,
So
Tony.
happy birthday,
By the way,
Tony.
didn't even welcome John. John, nice to hear you. Our
Hey.
producer extraordinaire.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jill made this wonderful cheesecake for Phil's birthday. Phil's a big cheesecake fan. Also found out this about Phil yesterday. Like strawberry flavoring, but not strawberries.
True.
Because the staff at the mayor's office, I said, hey, why'd you guys buy this strawberry cheesecake for Phil? I said, we get it one every year. He loves it. I said, I don't think so. I don't think he likes strawberries. And they were getting all mad at you.
Yep.
And you walked out and they said, Phil, Eva said, Phil, you've been lying to me. You're lying. Do you like strawberries? And Phil had to go into this whole thing about how he dislikes strawberries but likes strawberry flavoring. Does that make sense, John?
I feel the same way about bananas.
See?
Wow. Like banana flavoring?
I like bananas, not banana flavoring.
Well, I'm the same. But this doesn't like the fruit, but likes the flavoring.
It's the same concept.
It is. It's just reverse.
Have you seen the videos when you put salt water on strawberries? You'll never eat a strawberry again.
I saw it.
You'll never eat a strawberry again.
I think I will, John.
Little worms come out of it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Wait,
There's
did you
stuff and everything?
Did you do it yourself though, John? Because one thing I picked up on
I don't think worms
with these videos is people create these fake videos.
Are you saying TikTok's not real?
Listen, not that I don't trust China, but I'm not going to get my.
We know that Todd
information
Rokita doesn't.
Yeah, that's for sure.
He told us all to get off of
No,
TikTok.
but no, that's true. I like strawberry. I like strawberry flavored yogurt. I like strawberry. I like the flavor's great. I just not a big fan of the actual
berry.
Don't like it.
Maybe it's the seeds on the outside.
Maybe it's because the
and
video
the worms on the inside
that John's bringing. Because I did see that video, but then there was a time
it,
where
John?
I saw a video where somebody like lit up. They lit on fire like the flaming hot Cheetos and stuff happened. But then somebody actually did it. I forget what happened. It was like combustible. It like went into this huge flame. But then somebody did it in real life, and it didn't really happen. So I don't know if you could trust that video, John. You got to do it yourself.
Stop eating cheesecake.
Hey, how are you celebrating? This is the big one.
What's on the agenda today?
Well, we
Phil?
know there's a party, but I'm
Yeah.
wondering if we should invite the entire Lockpot audience right now live.
Why you haven't invited him yet?
Let's just hold.
Who's
guys,
paying for the bar at the party?
Reel it in a little bit.
Hey, if you guys would
Is it
come
open bar?
to Phil's open bar party tonight, put like a W in the chat, and then we'll let you know where it's at. If
I
there's enough
shouldn't have
people that
sent
would
you
come.
guys the invite until this lock pod was over.
So
Right?
then we would we might have had plans tonight, but now you've given us plans. What if there's a blizzard?
There's going to
More
be
to drink for us.
That's right. What if we get locked into the
Whoa,
location?
where?
Oh, I
Where?
almost said it. But no, there was a party, but I had to be careful, like who I invited, because you know how this works. As soon as you invite one person, like say an elected official, then you got to invite every elected official. Otherwise, it looks like you're just picking and choosing.
So the mayor wasn't invited.
No, mayor, no way.
By the way, happy birthday to the real locomotive, Mayor Tom's birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's not here. He's celebrating.
No, he didn't. He told me. He goes, Phil, I could be there.
We
but
made Phil come in on his birthday, not the mayor.
He goes, I really want you to take advantage of your 50th birthday. I want you to
spend it on Lockpot. Started early. Get up super early. Cruise in.
He cares about me, Kevin.
Yeah, he does.
That's why
You're the chief of stuff.
That's right.
Here's a chat comment. Phil would not invite me to anything. He does not like me.
Whoa.
See, this is the kind of stuff.
This
like
is the problem.
You would get haters at your party.
As the chief of staff, we have like 1,000 employees in the city. So if I invite a city employee, you got to invite all of them. Otherwise, it looks like you're picking and choosing. So just
Okay, so he hasn't invited any elected officials and no city employees. So if you see any elected officials or city employees there
them out.
tonight, kick them out because none of them are invited.
Okay,
That's what you just basically said.
This is getting weird. But
No, you've made it weird on yourself.
I did.
All right, we won't reveal the location.
Thank
All right.
you.
Yeah.
Gosh, we're going. You know what? I'm going to just type it into chat before the end of the.
It's not at
wanna
Industrial Strip, everybody. Don't go there. Do
You know
not
what?
go there.
It's at Kenny.
Now
Mays,
that would have been fun.
Kenny
Mays.
where I think
now
like,
it's a Family Dollar.
I think my brother took me there when I turned 21.
I went there like on my bachelor party. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the place to go back in the day, Kenny Mays.
Had a jukebox on the stage. That's how you got the songs played by the young ladies that were working there,
remember
or I
that.
should say, older women that were working there.
You don't remember the jukebox
I don't.
from the strip club?
That wasn't what I was looking at when I got there. At
Kevin,
the age
I
of
think
20.
you're doing it
Mays.
wrong, buddy.
Yeah, that was I think so too.
I think Phil's like more of a, now that he's 50, he's probably like a Red Lobster guy. Maybe a T-Bowls.
Yeah,
Maybe
there
a
you go.
T-Bowls. I don't
T-Bowls
know.
For a little perch or fried chicken.
Frog legs?
Like at 4:00.
When I think
3:30.
when I think of special birthdays, I think of like House of Kobe. Like that's where everybody goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Toss food,
Benihana. Yeah.
Are you renting a gaming truck?
No gaming truck. No.
Oh, that
It's
would be
going to
awesome.
be very laid
Any
back.
presents yet? Like
Nothing.
this morning?
I got a cheesecake from Jill,
That's-
and it's
that's right, I
amazing.
forgot
By the
about the
way, it's
cheesecake.
awesome.
That's awesome.
It's
Thank
gonna be
you,
hard
Jill.
to not sit here and eat this the whole time.
No,
I got here super early to work on this graphic, this on-screen graphic.
John, your graphics,
I'm going to
man.
put it up now.
Throw it up.
Look at that. I got here like 4 a.m. to do this. Look at this. It actually flashes.
Oh man, I think I've seen that graphic. Like for our 50th episode, you just said happy. You took out birthday Phil, and I think you took out the words episode.
That's all.
Happy
he did.
50th episode.
He changed the words.
Hey, no, seriously, happy birthday. Do you have like a life lesson for everyone you've learned in the past
How'd you
year
make
or
it to
past
50?
5 decades?
Here's what I tell people, honestly. And when you're right, because when you turn 50, you can actually start giving advice to people, right?
Yeah,
'Cause you're
yeah.
officially old. Life is about balance, man. It's about balance. Don't let the highs get too high or the lows get too low. Just kind of.
That's right.
This sounds familiar.
Ooh.
That's good advice though.
True story.
So I had similar advice from my first boss when I first started practicing law, and he said, "Don't get too excited about your wins, and don't get too down on your losses. There's a lot more work to do the next day."
That's it.
And that's true.
One thing about life is like if you you're having you're really low, you're having a bad whatever's going on in your life, it always turns around. It always does. So just hold off. Don't get
That's right.
An
Don't get too
unfortunate
down.
presentation that just was.
Thank you, Senator.
I was hoping Todd Young would show up for my birthday.
Yes,
That was-
surprise!
that
Look
was
at
really
that.
nice, yes,
Todd Young in the house.
very very kind of him.
Let's do some ads. Going to come back. We got actually a really good show today. We're going to talk about how what a great prognosticator. Did I say that again?
You said actually.
We have a good show today for you.
Turns out,
Um,
it's not
even
gonna
though
suck.
Even though Phil's here.
Even though Phil's here,
That's
even
how you
though-
interpret actually.
Maybe see that was like subliminal. I had to say actually because it was Phil. We have a good show today. We're going to talk about what a great prognosticator our real locomotive is. When we come back, we're going to talk about a really strange mayor's race in the region that's coming. That's actually we're in the middle of, and then we're going to talk about some very crazy retail experiences. Both we know about the mayor. We're going to have a F Party City update that I didn't get to last time, and then my trip to Banana Republic recently. So we're going to get into that. Let's do some ads.
Huge show.
And yeah, come on
Huge.
back. That's just the first
Huge.
part. That's just the first part. Wait for the second part.
Yeah. This
After
might
the
go
second part
till
of the ads.
10:30, 11
Oh, I
a.m.
hope not. We're going to go all day because it's Phil's birthday.
We're not leaving the studio. Stop by. Come on by.
The party's here.
The party's here in
Yeah.
this room.
The open bar starts at 5.
There should be some cheesecake left.
Yes. Oh, wow. I don't know. I'm already in a sugar coma.
Yeah, no kidding.
Roll,
All right.
roll, Phil.
All right, I'm going first.
Sure, it's your birthday.
All right. Calumet Brewing. It's time to experience Michelob Ultra. With only 95 calories, 2.6 carbs, and 4.2% ABV, it's the perfect way to keep your New Year's resolutions in check. Whether you're a pro athlete or just an employee Olympics participant, the journey is only worth it if you enjoy it. That's why Michelob Ultra brews a light lager that's worth every single sip. So no matter if you're kicking back after a workout or enjoying a day out on the slopes, you're sure to enjoy a great beer. Head over to the Cal Brew or the Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for details on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Looking to buy your dream home? Chris Jones with At Properties can help. All across Northwest Indiana, it's a great time to buy with properties available at all price ranges. And if you're considering a sale, Chris Jones will get your house sold for top dollar. He sold some of the most expensive homes in Hammond and Munster last year. Contact Chris Jones at atproperties.com for a market analysis or to discuss home qualities you're looking for. That's Chris Jones at atproperties.com.
Nicely done, Kevin.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Jill.
Me. Powering America.
See, he's already giving like direction. 50 now.
Pow.
Go, come on, Jill.
Wag
You're
your-
next.
wag-
Move it.
Wag your finger at me. Phil.
Yeah.
Jill, it's your turn. Jill.
That's Mayor. He does that.
He does flail
No,
quite
he
often.
doesn't.
I was not
Does that-
knocking Mayor. I want to be.
I know you were.
No.
Yes.
I was
No.
just saying. Okay.
And
I was there with
he
you.
likes to give the let's go.
Does he do that a
Just a
lot?
let's go.
Does he
Wrap it
realize
up.
he's on video
Like,
when he's
Kevin,
doing it?
stop talking.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think he does.
No.
Hey, are you looking for a new career? in
Pow.
We made you laugh.
2023?
Yes. All right.
If you're a person who enjoys working with your hands in a challenging and ever-changing environment, an electrical apprenticeship might be for you. Earn a competitive wage while you gain valuable experience. Did we mention employer-paid benefits, including health insurance, pension, and an annuity?
And when you're 50, you want to know that you're safe. You got
I don't even
healthcare,
know
you
what
got
an annuity
pension.
is. Maybe I should sign up
Good
for
point,
this.
Kevin.
You know, if you're good with your hands, Jill, you know how to bake.
I do.
That's true.
Feels like that wouldn't play over to this
To
other category.
electricity.
Yeah. Hey, anyway, visit apply697.com. Pow!
Pow.
Sponsored by
Oh.
Powering America.
Does John do ads now too? I remember he did
No,
one the
I
other
don't
day.
get paid enough.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and
an
family,
expensive
trust the
voice.
best in the business. Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 54 years, providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com, 219-933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
Misprint Printing. Misprint specializes in delivering the highest quality signs and printing on time and under budget. Misprint's experience and technology allows them to offer custom, commercial, on-demand printing and sign solutions. Rick Baltonsberger and his team have served Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana for over 30 years. They've got 2 convenient locations to serve you in Munster and their new place in Hammond.
Awesome.
Thank you to our sponsors. All right.
Yep.
Last couple episodes ago, the mayor, even though he was incorrect about Brandon Johnson following him on Twitter and pulled his endorsement.
Oh.
He originally endorsed Brandon Johnson, then said, I'm with Paul Vallis. So he said, those are the 2 front runners.
That's amazing.
Look at him.
When it comes
You'd
to
think this guy was in politics for a couple decades.
I was going to say, when it comes to politics, I don't know there's too many people that are better than Tom.
He's always got a good, he's not many. He's got a
Yeah.
good gut for things. And he called it. So great job by the locomotive. And I mean, Lori Lightfoot out. Paul Vallis or Brandon Johnson in for the runoff.
Yeah, and did you see, I saw Lori Lightfoot's quote, and it was kind of, to me, it was kind of disappointing. She said that she lost the election because of racism and gender.
So what I read was she was asked a question if she had been treated unfairly, and she said, I'm a black woman in America, of course. And then she said that certain folks, frankly, don't support us in leadership roles. Of course, the Chicago Tribune called her loss a political embarrassment and argued that crime skyrocketed on her watch, even though in 2019 when she won, she said that she campaigned by making that she was going to make Chicago the safest big city in the country. However, homicide rates spiked dramatically in 2020 and 2021 from 500 murders in 2019 to 776 and 804 in the next 2 years. So violent crime spiked 40% since she's become mayor. I mean, that's why you're going to lose. Not because you're a woman, not because you're African American, not because you're
Gay.
I mean, especially in a city like Chicago, which is extremely diverse, which is, known to be, I think, probably on level a liberal city, right? That's how,
sure.
Trump used to list it right there with all of the other big cities and criticize it for being too liberal. So, I would think voters there, if anywhere, are open to, no matter who you are. Most, I mean, obviously some harbor, whatever decisions they're going to make in the voting booth based on race probably, but I don't think overall. And by the way, Brandon Johnson's black?
Yeah.
Or is she saying, yeah, but he's not a woman and he's not gay? I mean, I don't.
And she won the previous election.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
So in 4 years, Chicago's become racist and anti-woman and anti-gay.
It doesn't. It's like, and you know what? There's real racism in this country that we're trying to address and deal with. But when you have comments that are made like this,
Undermines.
it really does.
Because it allows people that want to. I think it allows people that maybe are really racist to say like, aha, see?
Yeah.
Look at her.
she's the
racist.
Right. It's kind of
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it undermines progress, undermines, like you said, Phil, we do have racial problems in America and we need to solve them. And comments like that by especially somebody who's in a leadership role like her undermine that. And by the way, take credit for the 4 years. Get up and say, you know what? I had the best 4 years. And I think she did say it's the best job, in the world. And that was great. But take credit for what you've done. And there's been some good things under her watch, economic development and things like that. So I think she should take credit and off to the sunset.
I happened to watch the mayoral
Debate.
Thank you, for Chicago. It was on WGN. I was like, I'm going to watch this. I want to say there were like 10 or 11 candidates.
A lot.
Besides Chewy and Paul Vallis, I believe every other candidate was African American. And by the way, almost every single one of them were attacking the mayor because of what was going on in the city, especially with crime.
Yep.
So
and she did not have the support. I mean, she and the Chicago Police Department, not a good relationship.
No.
Kevin, what do you think it means that her police chief resigned like hours after she lost?
Well, they knew. The writing was on the wall.
Yeah,
So-
I think it just goes to show you that he knew that if she lost, he wasn't going to be there much longer. So better to just call it a day and get out.
Well, during the debate, he was brought up quite a bit. There were several of the candidates that said, your police chief shouldn't be there for whatever reason. I don't know the history there.
And you know what? I think he probably did the right thing. That's what you should do.
Yep.
And so, I think kudos to him for doing the right thing, because if he's going to be criticized that much by that many people and then she loses, I mean, there's obviously he's got to step down.
Yeah, Jill, I mean, if Mayor Tom, lost his election for mayor, I'd resign immediately because I'd be fired so fast.
So they had, there's a lot of Republicans gloating over Lightfoot's loss, and one of our favorite people to take issue with, MTG, tweeted, Lori Lightfoot, crime doesn't pay. And there was a state rep in Georgia. I'm not sure why he would care about what happened in Chicago. Chicago's mayor, Lori Lightfoot, just got the foot. Other Democratic mayors with runaway crime in your cities, take note. Even liberals are tired of being unsafe. I'm sure he spent a lot of time in Chicago. Representative Vernon Jones from the big city of Brunswick in Georgia.
That's right.
And then Kayleigh McEnany, former Trump White House press secretary, tweeted, perhaps she should have woken up when I referred to her as the derelict mayor of Chicago from the White House podium for ignoring victims of crime in her city, she tweeted. Instead, she said, hey, Karen, watch your mouth. So I guess Kayleigh McEnany wanted to remind us how important she was from the podium at the White House and how she ripped Lori Lightfoot.
Well,
so
I love how
they're all getting their digs in.
Yeah, I love how certain elected officials or politicians, they group all Democrats together.
Yep.
That's what they love to do. Mayor Tom is one of the toughest against, with his police force. He supports them as much as any other elected official that I know of in Indiana, for sure. And we were never in support of, hey, let's just let criminals do whatever they want, and we'll be less harsh on them. We'll let them out. Because what was the big bail issue that they were changing the law where people?
Well, that was a state statute. It wasn't even Lori, but yeah, they were trying to rip the governor about that, and that was, I think, misinterpreted a bit. I would say this. I mean, and the mayor said this a couple times, that it hasn't kept me from going to Chicago. Like, everyone's like, oh my God, Chicago's so dangerous. You can't go. You're going to get killed. I mean, come on. I mean,
absolutely not.
John and I are going to Chicago tomorrow night. I mean, I don't. It doesn't stop me from going to the huge city we live next door to, and the advantages they have there. I would say this though, that Mayor Tom also said that we've had a pretty bad communication, and with the city of Chicago and with Lori Lightfoot. I mean, won't respond to letters, won't respond to our police officers when we're trying to fight crime across the border. I personally, this, Phil, we've written letters to police chief, to the mayor, to the state's attorney, Kim Fox, others, no response. Yeah. So we're hoping that communication improves with the new mayor.
Yeah, that's poor leadership. I mean, we have to work together. Right?
Yeah, I mean, we share
We're
a border.
Communities.
Absolutely.
By the way, why don't you and John tell everybody where you're going tomorrow night so that all the LockPod viewers can go with you?
No.
You sure? Oh,
Salt Shack. I'll tell it. If you
wow.
get into the Salt Shack, come see us.
Okay.
John, what do we got here on TikTok?
This is
I didn't know we had a TikTok.
I think we're already past this conversation. But
all right.
Yeah, LockPod has a TikTok now.
What?
Right as TikTok's about to be banned in America.
By Todd Rokita.
Yeah. But if this was a clip, our first post on TikTok was a clip of Tom and his endorsements of the Chicago mayoral race.
Can we play it?
Do you want to play it?
Yeah,
right,
absolutely. I missed the locomotive.
I'm excited.
All right, here we go. This is our first TikTok.
Let's freaking straight
Whoa!
up drop it today
Come on.
in the,
Why is
mayor,
that
in the
button,
Chicago
John?
mayor's race.
Throw
He
the
follows
dart.
me on Twitter
Oh.
because he thinks like
Is
he
that
wants
why you're
to emulate-
endorsing?
Yeah, straight
Brandon.
up.
Just because he endorses you or just because he follows you on Twitter.
That's it.
All right.
That's
I
the
like
only
it.
reason I'm endorsing.
You follow
I
Mayor
love
Tom
it.
on Twitter,
Yeah.
you get an endorsement.
I
Oh
love it.
yeah, that's
Like
buttering
Oprah.
up the
you
judge.
get an endorsement. You get an endorsement.
right? This guy
the
buttered
judge
me
doesn't
up.
always work, by the way. Just
It
so you
worked
know.
in this case because I'm
Works
going to
in your
endorse
house.
this kid.
Does it
This
work
kid,
in your house?
He's by the way, I think most people would agree that Brandon Johnson, right, Joe,
Yeah.
is not.
Yeah, that's the one we're going.
You know, the guy who follows me on Twitter.
He follows me. I don't follow him. I'm going to
I
follow
know,
him today.
I know.
Okay, so Brandon Johnson is not the front runner by any stretch.
Okay.
I'm endorsing this kid.
Wow.
Going
Wow,
hard.
here it
Coming
is.
Out.
Who doesn't love a dark horse?
Build a stronger Chicago for all.
I am endorsing Brandon Johnson. I'm going to come out hard today for Brandon Johnson, and if this kid wins on Tuesday, I'm gonna be tight with the mayor of Chicago. I want to verify that this guy does actually follow me.
Here we go.
Pretty sure this is the guy that
Here
follows me.
we go. Here we go.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that he follows
I'm
me.
gonna
Look at it. What a good
already
looking
hedging.
family,
Is
man.
this when I doubt you? Is this when I
No,
say?
no. This is a legit doubt.
All right.
I'm pretty sure.
It's actually
No, wait. If we could rewind
Scroll
this,
down to
John.
his contacts.
John, if we could rewind this, he said the only reason I'm endorsing
Yeah.
is because he follows me on Twitter. So
I'm trying
then
to find him.
that begs the question: if he does not follow him on
No,
Twitter,
I'm out.
is
I'm
he
out.
withdrawing the endorsement?
I'm out. Yeah. Hold on. I don't even know if this guy does have a Twitter. This guy doesn't follow me. All right, who am I endorsing then?
No
Here we
endorsement.
go.
No one.
Mayor Tom removes endorsement from Brandon Johnson. Brandon Johnson is doomed on Tuesday.
more like-
Mayor McDermott rescinds endorsement and goes with Paul Vallis.
All right.
Even though he doesn't live in
All
Chicago.
right, John. That's great.
Yeah.
He
Is
lives in
true?
Hammond.
Oh, it's almost
Say,
over.
Does
clip
he follow
this.
you?
Clip this. He doesn't, but he will. Clip this. Vallis is going to win. Lori
Wow.
Lightfoot is going to lose as mayor of Chicago.
Unbelievable. Trifecta.
I mean, right there. He called it
Johnson,
all.
Vallis, Lightfoot loses.
So I'm not sure. I guess we'd have to ask him whether he didn't. Is it endorsed Brandon Johnson or does he not endorse
Well,
Brandon Johnson?
does he actually follow him as well?
No.
We didn't. Okay.
No, it came out that he didn't.
Was there a different Brandon Johnson?
No.
No, he just made it up.
He,
Okay.
he got confused.
Well, follow
He's
us.
old. He got confused.
That's right. He's in his 50s, Phil.
Yep.
Follow us on TikTok, Left of Center Podcast. Good job, Kyle, putting this together. We had
Absolutely.
talked about.
Thank you, Kyle.
We remember between season 7 and 8, we talked about getting clips rolling to keep the viewers happy between shows. So check that out.
That's
Yeah, check
impressive, though.
I loved it.
That he nailed Brandon Johnson
Yes.
and Paul Vallis.
Yes.
And he said the mayor was going to lose, which I think a lot of people predicted that, but that's impressive.
Hey, he's not the locomotive just because it's a cute name.
I wonder because of his quick endorsement of Brandon Johnson, that's how he won. Because of Tom's quick endorsement.
Could have been.
Before
But then he withdrew
rescinded
it. Oh, like they just clipped that.
He had too many followers at that point, so that Brandon Johnson just coasted to victory with Paul.
I want to
Maybe-
know if Paul Vallis is following him now.
Oh, we're going to find out.
Yes.
We're going to find out soon enough.
It'd be
Chat.
great to have them on the podcast.
Let's work on it.
One of 'em.
Steve Kellogg?
Yep.
You've got an assignment.
There you go.
Chat comment of the day. I lost my home after rolling with Phil's Super Bowl bets, but happy birthday. Zach
you.
Brown.
That wasn't Dave Westland who
you.
won because he did opposite.
Yep.
All right. We have had some fun about Party City thanks to the locomotive Mayor Tom's experience there before 219 Day and the fact that he tried to get online. First of all, I think the first mistake he made was he decided to try their online store. Not that that's a mistake, but on that day it happened to be because they said that there were no disco shirts at the local region Party City. So he had to go to the west side of Chicago, had a pretty interesting experience there, which you can listen to on season 8, episode 16 or 15, somewhere around there. And had to wait in line, had to figured out that they were running their business totally wrong. Too many people blowing balloons, I think is what he said.
Okay.
And that it was no surprise that they were in bankruptcy. So since that time, we've discovered a couple things. One, that they're going to close 22 stores, including a bunch in Illinois and Michigan. And two, that after some investigation, the disco shirt was actually available in Highland, and he could have just driven 5 minutes away. And he said to me, that's not true. I don't believe you did any investigation, so I just want to show the video now.
Nice.
You actually took a video as evidence.
Here it
That's
is.
great.
I received a video, yes.
Wow.
There it is.
Multiple.
Yeah, there's like 5 there, and there's more there.
Wow. There it is.
On the shelves of the Highland Party City. So once again, F Party City, Phil.
So he's great as a political prognosticator, not so great
Online
at
shopper.
shopping.
Online
Okay.
shopper.
Got it.
So,
Party City to close 22 stores, including 1 in Illinois, 4 in Michigan. Wow.
and hopefully their online store should close or get updated.
Yeah.
Less balloon blowers, more on the cash register, I think is what Tom said.
Balloons probably make money for him, though.
They make a lot of money on balloons, but do you need that many people blowing them
How
up?
many were? I don't know.
I don't know.
didn't-
You have to ask him.
Yeah.
Many.
Okay.
Speaking of stores, you had an interesting experience at a store.
Oh, my
recently.
God. This is
Banana Republic,
This
right?
got me so riled up. So riled up. Okay, now
You're not easily riled. Like I think
I
you
was
have more
just
patience
like,
than
what
most.
is happening to society and retail in America? This was flabbergasting to me. So, just a little quirk. I have, for probably the last 2 decades, I get my casual dress socks at Banana Republic because I like the socks, I like the styles. I go in there, I know what I like. I grab 3 of the same kind, and I'm good for a couple years. All right, or something like that, right?
3 socks for a couple years.
Well, 3 of the same, like I like certain patterns, so I'll grab 3, so in case one goes down or I lose one, or whatever, you know what I mean. So then I don't have to worry about going back every time. Crazy
getting
shopping,
strange,
right?
Case one
Okay.
goes down.
As one goes down.
Well, you know how sometimes
lose
you get a
socks all the
spare
time.
sock out of the
Jano,
dryer
there's a hole in my sock.
Phil, this is what happens.
Oh,
when you're
God.
50.
Is this
You're
going to be
You're going to go sock shopping
like 3
and,
years from now?
and you're going to buy
Yeah.
dozens at the same time.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! Go ahead.
All
Kevin.
right, so I'm at Banana Republic, and so usually just walk in Banana Republic, go to the sock rack, there they are, grab what I need, get out. Right? That's
Sure,
it. Easy,
that's easy.
shopping.
Yeah.
I go to the Banana Republic in Oak Brook, and number one, they moved it since I was there last. Which was
Wait, did you go to Oak Brook just to get socks?
no,
Okay.
no.
How much is a Banana Republic sock going for these days? Is this like a 3 for $25, 3 for $30?
No, I think they're more than
15
that.
each,
Probably
20
like
each?
Somewhere in there.
I
20
like
a
that
pair.
he's getting agitated just telling the
Yeah.
story.
It is. It is crazy.
Does Kevin
Okay.
know they sell socks at Kohl's?
I don't think
I mean,
you could
So,
get Kohl's cash too.
Phil,
Kevin.
you know what? They probably do, and it's just more habit than anything. And I'm there. I wasn't there just for it wasn't that was
Kevin's
not the
not
only
a
purpose.
Kohl's
No, I
of
get
it.
it
He's not a
because
Kohl's
I do
guy.
that too. There's certain places I get my shirts from. And
Yeah, exactly. So I'm in there. I'm looking for the sock rack. First, they moved the store. Secondly, the new store is like all way too fancy for me. I'm walking in. I'm like, what's going on here? And so I'm looking around for the socks. Looking around. Finally, I ask one of the nice women that are working there, "Hey, I'm looking for socks. Where's the sock rack?" "Oh, we don't have the sock rack anymore. I'll bring you a tray."
Oh, because they roll them up real fancy now.
God.
No. So she brings out a tray and she just throws like 4 pairs of socks in there, none of which I want. And she brought a tray out to me with socks in them.
Was she like looking at you? She's like, "These are the 4 pairs that you would like."
Right, exactly right. I was like, these
Were you
aren't
profiled?
no, because I didn't want any of those socks she brought out. And secondly, why would you bring a tray out of one? There were 4 pairs. That's it total. Like, where's the? And I said, well, where's the? Where's the navy blue? Where's the sock rack? These are the ones I usually get. Oh, you'll have to look online for those.
Wow.
What kind of store is that? And then one other thing before I get off. I want to get off this rant in a second. They used to have and I don't buy shoes from Banana Republic, but I bought them for my kids and stuff. And so they used to have a nice area of men's shoes. Mm-hmm. Guess what? Gone. They have just shoes placed in different areas around the store that you have to walk by that are near a pair of jeans that might go with them, and you're supposed to can I see those shoes? They're not even all in one spot.
It's almost like they knew you were coming and they just wanted to frustrate you.
I'll tell you, if that's the way retail's going, I'm out, because I just want to go in to the shoe department, go into where the socks are, shop, and leave.
You guys do sound old. Right now.
I
I just
want
want to go into a store, get some shoes in the same spot.
That's right. Where's my cobbler?
John, when we were younger, we walked to school uphill in the snow with no shoes on.
Today.
Yeah.
You're going to be walking in the snow today.
You know what's funny? I've never been to Banana Republic in my life.
Well, I wouldn't go to the new one, the new version,
yeah.
because you're going to get a tray of socks that you don't want.
Oak Brook is what, 45 minutes or so?
40 on a good day.
You're going a long ways to get a pair of socks.
Yeah.
I wasn't going there
Paying
just for
some tolls.
socks. Wasn't going there just for socks.
Do you get mad when they rearrange the grocery store too?
I don't like that.
We need a
listening
segment
to
of
my
things
dad.
that Kevin doesn't like.
Kevin's 2 years away from being that crotchety old man.
My dad sent a text to me last night
Oh, this
that
is
was
gonna be great.
super long about his terrible experience at the Hessville Van Tills. And he sends this 3 times a week. I mean, you're getting to that age,
but
Kevin.
still goes.
He
But
still goes. Yeah.
He's gonna bitch about it, but he's still going.
I ask him every time, why are you still going?
Didn't you say he also had a whole thing about the storm coming?
Oh, now that he's retired. He sent us a text all right, there's 3 models of this storm. They're all saying different things. We're either getting 0.5 inches or 18 inches. I don't know what's going on.
So he's just doing this through the day.
This is going to be you soon, man.
Oh, I hope not.
And I'm going to say, I like Van Tills, and part of the reason I like Strack and Van Tills is because they give back to the community, where a lot of the grocery
Remind
stores
him
out
of that
there.
next time, John. See what his reaction is to
tell
that.
your dad. Does he watch this podcast or no?
Oh, no.
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 He's
He's on the news right now.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Sorry, Rudy.
That's it.
So we're calling this episode F Banana Republic.
Sure.
There we go.
Please.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you, I am so aggravated at that place.
Kevin,
I don't
feel
even know
for
where
you.
am I going to get socks.
Yeah, this is.
You
so
see me with
Amazon.
holes in my socks, and you know why.
You know who makes
Bananas
a good
Republic.
sock?
Tell me.
Bombas.
Yes.
Oh, I love Bombas. Those
Yeah.
are my go-to
Try out
for the
Bombas.
winter.
Give 'em
I
a
have
shot.
them. Have them.
Okay, good.
Isn't
Those
Bombas
are
just
but those are
online?
thicker. They're thicker. Yeah,
Just
just online.
online.
You can
Okay.
get thinner ones.
Yeah, I do have a lot of Bombas for the winter.
Wait a minute. I've been to a Bombas store before.
No.
No.
Are you
I don't
sure?
think that's possible.
I could have swore there was. Okay.
You must be thinking of Party City.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, get your
No,
socks there.
there's no Bombas store.
I could have swore I've been to a Bombas store.
Nope.
All right.
John, do we agree?
Agree.
Just
Okay.
because you agree doesn't mean it's correct.
We're right.
I'm gonna Google it.
You're 50 now. All right, listen, we're going to come back. We've got some crazy national news to talk
Crazy.
about, some very interesting things. We like to talk about the Texas legislature once in a while. They've come up with a very interesting bill that's going to really impact certain Texans. And we're going to talk about John's theory about the Egyptian pyramids, amongst other fun issues.
Sounds fun. All right, Byway Brewing. Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outside patio. Our brewing equipment offers a unique backdrop for your private event like weddings, reunions, or corporate parties, or 50th birthday parties. We are conveniently located just off of 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit. Come on by and enjoy Byway's award-winning beers and unbeatable menu. For more information, check out bywaybrewing.beer.
The Ron J. Prestimer Insurance Agency has been located for decades right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. They specialize in a wide variety of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much, much more. Prestimer Agency serves over 1,000 people and businesses in all Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron, Ronnie, or Michael at 219-844-0103.
Cantrell & Cantrell, attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law? Give us a call and schedule your consultation today with someone who's in court and at the jail every day. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife Kristen make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
John and Kristen may have had something to do with that sign in my front yard.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Seems like a John thing.
I think it was a John thing. I'm going to call him out. Tortillas Nuevo Leon. Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine throughout the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
It's like he's singing happy birthday to you.
Is that what it was?
Mhm.
I don't think
Basically.
that's the words.
I think close.
Okay. All right. I'll
I
trust
think,
you.
I think it was happy birthday, Phil. Happy birthday to you, Phil.
Uh-huh. John, are you Googling the Bombas? I want this Googled.
Oh, there is no Bombas store.
There was.
No.
I went-
Where?
I went to a Bombas store. I can't remember where it was.
I mean, locally, you're saying like in Chicagoland.
It was in Illinois, and I bought a hat from this Bombas store.
They don't even,
No, they
okay.
went.
Okay, that's fine. Whatever.
It's a dream.
It was a dream.
Tri Electronics wants to be your complete communications provider. Tri Electronics has been a leader in this industry for more than 55 years. They're dedicated to assisting their clients with their systems integration needs. Tri Electronics has the expertise and experience to provide superior results for a wide variety of projects. For more information, call Tri Electronics today at 800-722-6793.
All right.
Thank you to all of our sponsors.
All right. So it looks like
You can get
there's
them.
some
That's
Bombas
true.
at Nordstrom.
You can get them at Nordstrom. That's true.
and Saks. Were you
Yep.
at Nordstrom or Saks Fifth Avenue, Phil?
No
I'm
way. He
telling
said
you
a
right
Bombas
now,
store.
It was a Bombas
Phil,
store.
It does not exist.
It did at
No,
one
it-
point.
No, it didn't.
Hey, are they sponsoring us? If not, we
They need
stop
to be.
talking about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's over.
All right. Got it.
Anyway.
All right,
Moving on.
let's talk about this.
Yeah, this is crazy.
So, Texas GOP, this genius, let's see what his name is, Brian Slayton, out of the House District, second House District in Texas, Republican. He's proposed a property tax credit for couples who get married, stay married, and have lots of children. However, to qualify for the tax benefit, you need to be heterosexual, never divorced, and their children born or adopted after their date of marriage. So no like premarital sex, none of that. Getting pregnant, knocking up your to-be wife, and then getting married. That you don't get that. You don't get a credit. LGBTQ couples, single parents, divorced parents, and blended families will not qualify for full benefits.
Nope.
That sounds like it'll pass constitutional muster.
Easy.
Well, I'm out. I don't. How do you even begin to be critical of this? It's so ridiculous.
It's actually ridiculous that it's newsworthy. Like, why does that even? It's crazy that
this might pass, guys.
No way.
This could pass. I'm not saying after the objections and stuff, but I was reading this article. They've passed some interesting laws recently.
Well, we know they've got the bounty law. And by the way, has anyone filed a civil lawsuit using the bounty law against someone in Texas? Or is it because a lot of times you hear about these bills that people and they just throw them to help their base.
Absolutely.
Look what I did.
Yes. They know it's going to lose.
Yep.
But they're like, throw it out there because people will be happy that I did.
Yep. And the base will say, see, he's a real American. He's a patriot. Well, he's a Christian.
If somebody walks in or I don't know where you go to file for this tax credit that you're getting, but
it's on your property tax bill.
But say you happen to be gay, but you walk in and you say, no, I'm a heterosexual.
Yes.
Like how do you
prove
where's
that?
Where's the proof?
Or like a guy who's secretly gay but he's married.
Yes, exactly. Obviously there's been cases of
sure.
So yes, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, how do you prove you're not gay?
Exactly.
Or how do you prove you're straight?
Yes.
Make out with your wife in the property tax window?
Seriously.
Probably cook some meat on a grill, like manly things.
That would make
Grow
a great
mustache.
vlog.
How do you prove you're not gay?
Yeah, like we go down there with someone who's gay.
Yeah.
And try and just film them trying to convince them they're not gay.
I mean, I'm
I'm in. I think we do it.
I'm
be
guessing
hilarious.
these little details that are kind of important aren't in the actual bill itself.
No.
They don't talk about how you can accomplish some of these things.
Yeah, in fact, it says that you start off with a 40% qualifying couples with a 40% property tax reduction if you have 4 children. And with the tax break, it increases for every additional child. Couples with 10 or more children will pay no property tax at all. And if you're just getting married, but you meet the requirements, in other words, heterosexual, never divorced, you get 10% right like that. He modeled it after a program in Hungary, which is becoming one of the most...
Yeah, Hungary and Poland.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in Hungary, we all know has one of the most conservative, and I don't mean that like an American conservative. He's a very conservative, like if you're Hungarian, you're all set. If you're not Hungarian and like an immigrant to the country, trouble.
So I'm curious as to how many of the legislators in Texas are divorced or have been divorced.
Good question.
Because it's what is it, 50% kind of throughout the country, right? So
Flip a coin.
If you've been divorced, are you going to support a bill like that? You're like, well, I've been divorced. I'm not getting anything from this.
And if you have like stepkids, doesn't count.
Yeah, you're out. No, there's no way it'll pass, John.
10 kids is too many.
It's a lot. That's
4 kids is too many.
You got to have a van.
Yeah.
You have to have.
I have
1
2.
kid is too many.
For you, John.
Yeah.
John's got things to do. He's got video games to play.
That's right.
He's got movies, series to watch.
That's right.
I got the Egyptian pyramids to figure out.
Let's
man.
go.
I can't
Let's
be
go there.
burdened with kids.
This is something that John threw out at pre-show yesterday that it actually made me think. And at first I said, John, conspiracy, come on, man. You don't get sucked down this rabbit hole. But then as he kept going, I was like, you know what? There's something maybe to this. So I
disagree.
John,
go ahead.
Tell us.
The Egyptian pyramids are in the news. That's how this came up. They found a hidden corridor in a great pyramid of Giza. So 30 feet long. And that's why we started talking about this at pre-show. Nothing about this discovery is kind of blowing my mind. It's just a 30-foot long tunnel, essentially. But what I've been thinking about lately is the Egyptian pyramids. I've been reading about them. No one really knows how these things came to be, guys. Do you believe that, or are you?
Well, I assume they were built by men and slaves, or I mean, that was what I always heard.
I'm sure.
And by the way,
Kevin.
it's interesting to hear that they were 4,500 years old. We were trying to talk.
Right.
We were talking about that last night. So,
right. But okay, can I play a couple clips? We got time. Do you guys mind if we watch a couple things?
Let's do it.
Because I don't think either of you or Jill have watched this yet. But let's just expand our minds a little bit. Let's eat some cheesecake and expand our minds.
I watched it a little bit.
Feels like a 420
and it seemed
discussion.
like it seemed like it was real choppy, John. That was my interpretation of this. But
okay, here
Why
we go.
do I feel like he's going to play a video for the rest of the show? Like
No. These are short, digestible clips for you guys and for chat.
All right,
Let's just think about this, all right?
I've read every theory on how they built those pyramids. The Great Pyramid of Giza has 2,300,000 stones in it. Some of them are they weigh between 2 and 80 tons. Some of them are caught from a quarry that's hundreds of miles away. These things that pyramid is shaped perfectly. Like, if you've up like a quarter inch there, a half inch here, by the time you get to the top, that thing's a mess. But meanwhile, it's not. It's perfect. It's also perfectly aligned to true north, south, east, and west. And they're not really sure how old it is. They think they date it to 2,500 BC. But that's just because of organic particles that they pulled from inside stones. But they also say that they probably could have sealed those stones and resealed those stones over time. You're dealing with like a gigantic mystery of unfathomable proportions.
That's crazy.
What do you think?
You want my opinion?
Yeah.
I think that way back many, many years ago, there were some very intelligent people that figured out how to build a pyramid. There's no secret, oh my God, aliens or whatever that.
I never said aliens.
Okay, what do you think it is?
I was thinking alien.
Can I play another clip for you, Phil?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Now, Exhibit B.
Exhibit B.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with the incredible stone vases that they make in Egypt?
Please talk about them.
There is a collection of these things. They're made from igneous stone. These things stretch back way back into time, right back to even 15,000 years ago. But there's always these sort of arguments, well, can you do this by hand? People don't appreciate just how hard this igneous stone is that these things are made from. Granite, diorite, but there's 6.57 on the Mohs scale. It's harder than steel. It's incredible work. Recently, I've been working with a couple of guys. They're professional metrologists. They work for Rolls-Royce. They've got their hands on a pre-dynastic Egyptian vase. And for the first time, they've actually been able to scan this thing, and it's just astounding. It's within 3,000ths of an inch of being basically perfectly flat. These things had to have been made on a machine and made with extreme precision. That's
3,000ths of an inch.
3,000ths of an inch.
I mean, it's all very interesting, but I want to see like something besides a TikTok on it. Like, give me a scientific paper, give me some analysis. I don't know who that dude was. I mean, it's interesting, right? I mean, it piques my interest, John. That's the way I would describe it.
Okay.
I'm not a believer yet.
Now
but
I'm
it
going
piques my
to
interest.
reveal what I'm leaning towards. in my
Well,
ratings on
before we
this.
do it, I want to hear what Phil had to say
Yeah,
about
go
the
ahead,
last
Phil.
one.
Well, first of all, the two pieces of evidence that you're giving are Joe Rogan videos.
Yeah, that good point.
So let's start.
That's not
with,
laughable.
It kind of is.
Dude, Joe Rogan brings in brilliant fucking people on his show, man.
But he's also said some really dumb things.
Name one dumb thing he said.
Well, I mean, I can't. I don't watch
Okay.
Joe Rogan. Okay, but I've seen little clips of like him saying some. I can't think off the top of my head.
It's too long for me to watch. I don't have the 3 hours. I've got kids.
No,
John.
now that's a good
I've
argument.
seen some
It's
bad,
some long
some
stuff.
videos of just stupidity, in my opinion.
But
Okay.
it has piqued my interest, John.
Okay, check this out. All right, I'm gonna play one more thing
Exhibit
for you guys.
C.
Here it is, Joe Rogan.
This is where it kind of. By the way, this all makes me want to go and visit the pyramids. Like, it's on the
ditto.
top of my list now.
Lockpod trip.
There we go.
Great
Oh,
pyramids.
I would do that.
On a camel.
Yeah.
A vlog.
Okay, here we go.
What do you think they did then?
Well, some of them comes from more than 500 miles to the south. The famous King's Chamber are all made with gigantic granite blocks, 70 tons each. I think we're looking at a lost technology. It was this ancient apocalypse 12,800 years ago that wiped that from the human memory bank almost completely.
Archaeologists have failed to take into account the severity of these events because the question always is, where is the evidence that this civilization existed? You don't realize the extent of the total remodeling. Imagine your sea level rising at 3 or 4 times faster than we've seen rise in the last century. The thing that's there is going to be utterly obliterated place. There could be all kinds of stuff that's not even recognized as being artificial. There's evidence.
We're looking at technologies that are not the same as ours.
Yes.
And that's
Yes,
partly
that's the
why
point.
archaeologists can't see them, because they're looking for us in the past, and they're not open to the possibility that there are whole other kinds of technology that could be used. The ancient Egyptian traditions speak of priests chanting as these huge blocks were lifted into the air. Were they using some kind of sound that was able to manipulate matter? We know that sound can manipulate matter, as a matter of fact. The notion that we could lift huge blocks with sound seems absurd to archaeologists, and yet.
Wow. So basically, if you weren't able to see this, but they were showing huge pyramid blocks floating in the air on sound.
I'm not saying I believe that.
Okay,
but I am very no. I'm not saying it's not possible.
Okay.
I am very intrigued about the idea of lost technologies.
Yeah, I didn't know about this 12,800 year ago apocalypse. I need to look into that a little
me too.
more.
Me
Like
too.
number one, that's number one. I got to research.
Yep.
Number two, I don't know. Maybe priests chanting could raise blocks. I don't know. And I want to also know about these stones being moved from 500 miles away. Like, is that true? And how did they do that?
I took a few Egyptology courses in
Whoa!
college.
What? Whoa!
There was a brief,
How did we know this? We didn't even know this.
There was a brief moment where I thought I wanted to be an Egyptologist, and then
John,
I realized I don't like the heat, so that probably wasn't going to be my thing.
So you wouldn't come to Egypt with us?
No, I would.
Okay.
But I think like you can make an argument that we're dumber as a species than they were back then. I mean, the things that are just left over that have survived that we don't even, the things that are gone we don't know about. But also if you look at Stonehenge, like you could make that technology argument for something global, not just that particular apocalypse that he's talking about. There's massive stones everywhere that are
Island.
lined up in Scotland. There's Clavicarn's the same thing, and it lines up with the sun, and it's everywhere.
Mayan, right?
Yeah.
Inca, Mayan
So
in Central America.
There were some very intelligent people back in the day that figured things out.
Had some time on their hands.
That's it. And
Bill?
usually the solution, the answer to the question is the most simplest one. We don't have to start thinking about, oh my God, maybe there was priests that were chanting and things, raised up. And
I believe you more now that you're 50.
Yeah.
It's like I give you more. I'm like, oh, Phil, that's making sense.
Yeah. Usually common sense is the best way to look at it. That's my opinion.
I like the fact that we just learned that Jill was an Egyptologist.
That's incredible.
I wasn't.
This
I
is
never made it that far.
This is awesome. This is great news for us, John.
Can you have a bit on every show where our Egyptologist starts talking about...
John comes up with a new theory about it, and the Egyptologist just debunks it out of hand?
That's it.
I'm kind of surprised Phil is closed-minded. Actually, I'm not surprised. Phil is a very closed-minded individual.
And now
he
he's
has his
old.
beliefs, and that's it. He has his political beliefs, and that's it.
Joe Rogan's bad.
But I just don't know
Common
how you
sense
explain
and
70
your theory
tons.
about life.
Well, I just,
Calm.
I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in until I see it. Why do we, and I'm not going to watch somebody's, Photoshop video. They're like, what is this that's in the sky? I'm like, it's so ridiculous that people fall for this stuff.
70 what were you saying, John? I cut you off. 70
How do you
tons.
move 2 million, 2 to 70 pound blocks with no machine? As far as we know, they weren't as advanced as us. But all this kind of research is changing my mind. Like Jill said, were they more advanced and we lost? I'm not putting words in your mouth, but did we lose some technologies?
Well,
I'm sure we have, right? I mean, don't you think? I don't know. Why haven't they built more
How
pyramids?
do you explain the pottery? That pottery video is nuts.
That I need to look into some more. You get. I mean, it is if it's true, but I want more info.
Sure,
I want more info. I think somebody on the chat just said something interesting that I never knew. Dominic said longitude, latitude of the pyramids is the same as the speed of light.
I've read stuff about that too, and how they're kind of lined up
the same
all over the world.
How would they even know to do that?
Yeah.
What is the value in spending time on this kind of stuff?
This doesn't fascinate you, Phil? What fascinates you? That's what I want to know.
Baseball cards.
Yeah.
God, you're a simple man.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Yeah.
No. I'm being
It's interesting.
I'm being a little over exaggerated.
You got to be somewhat interested in this.
Yeah. No. I guess there is curiosity there, but I wouldn't spend a lot of time of my life on this because life is short.
So you wouldn't go to Egypt with us?
No, I would.
Oh, wait a minute.
Absolutely would.
When he gets there, he's just going to tell everybody there that they're like, we go on a tour and be like, that's bullshit.
I'm not taking a
I
guy.
do you have baseball cards here somewhere? Is there a gift shop?
Is there a gift shop? I could buy a pyramid keychain.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go. I got what I needed.
Yeah, we're good.
I'm not taking the camel
No,
back.
if I can go see the great wonders of the world, of course I'm gonna, and
Yeah.
pyramids are amazing.
You just said who thinks about this stuff.
No.
Now you want to go there?
I said you're kind of, pushing this towards there's some magical mystery of how these things were created.
I never said magical.
Well, okay. I'm putting words in your mouth. But you know what I mean?
I'm saying it's obvious there's more to the pyramids than what we know, what we supposedly
Well,
know.
I mean, here, just
What we've
even
been told.
yesterday, we found out that there's this secret chamber right in there. And I thought the cool thing about this, apparently, Then this was the weird thing. What they were using to find this, John, it's some kind of laser. Did you read that? What is it called? Did you see what that was called?
I closed it. Oh, wait. It was like some thermal thing.
Yeah, I wish cosmic ray. This is even funny. This is like kind of like when I read this, I was like, oh, this is even crazy. Cosmic ray muon radiography.
What?
Mulan?
Is that a real word?
Muon. M-U-O-N. Is that a typo? Retrieving images of it by feeding a 6 millimeter thick endoscope from Japan through a tiny joint in the pyramid stones. That's how it found the secret
It's like
passage.
a
Pretty
colonoscopy.
amazing.
I don't even know what a muon. Yes. But why did they have to say the endoscope from Japan, John? Do they make the best endoscopes in the world?
They must, but I like.
Maybe they're a sponsor.
So this was done under the quote-unquote Scan Pyramids project that since 2015 has been using non-invasive technology to peer inside the structure.
Wow.
My thought is, why are we doing non-invasive technology? Let's get in there. Let's figure out what's in these structures.
Well, I think what
Probably
they mean,
so
I think what they're saying,
fragile at
John,
this
is they
point.
don't want to chip away at the stone, or I think that's what they mean by
'Cause
non-invasive.
when they
right?
were built, they said they were white.
Come on.
Yeah.
See? This is why you need an Egyptologist
go.
on staff.
That's incredible.
might
Like,
be-
John, did
No
you
one
know
Google
that,
that in
John?
case that's not true.
no.
Like, how do
No.
we, if we didn't have an Egyptologist here, we wouldn't know that.
This is one of a handful of podcasts in the country that have an Egyptologist.
Yeah.
You guys are just
Finally, the
getting stronger.
Ambies.
It's crazy.
We're going to get an award.
That's right.
Yeah, best podcast with an Egyptologist.
I wonder if we'd
Wait, was
win
this
that
at
one.
Cal College? Where was
No,
this?
I was at St. Joe's.
Okay.
Oh, Egyptologist.
St. Joe's has
Pretty cool.
Egyptology.
Not anymore, they
courses.
don't.
They had like two.
Felix says Phil's looking for a pyramid rookie card.
Yes.
Ooh.
What's that worth?
Oh God. I'd
Maybe
pay-
they could
I'd
have the
pay big
people that
money.
built them,
Yeah.
like the strongest guy that could lift the
That'd be
priests
amazing.
that could levitate the stones.
The,
Those would be worth something.
The garbage pail cards. They did this series where they had these brewers from across, just the most famous ones. And Drew Fox from 18th Street Brewery got his own garbage pail card. And I went over there. I asked him to sign it, and I have it in my collection. It's freaking awesome. It's
Wow.
amazing. It's a Drew Fox garbage
and
pail.
you know
card.
the guy. You know the guy on the card.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Look at you.
That's part of my collection.
All right, well, I'm going to wrap it up. Phil, thank you very much for sharing your 50th with us here on Lockpod and all the listeners. Happy birthday, by the way, bro.
Thank you.
I'm happy for you, and I'm looking forward to the party tonight without any elected officials or city employees.
Well.
Because if you invite one, you got to invite them all.
That leaves just a party with Phil.
I don't have any
'Cause
friends.
There's no friends.
No.
Make sure you have a designated driver tonight.
I will.
Good.
Thank you.
Enjoy
you,
yourself. And by the way, everybody, stay out of the blizzard. Be careful when you're out there today. Make some plans to avoid that. And John, thank you for great production today.
Thank you.
I want to thank our Egyptologist, Jill.
And thank you,
Gajewski.
Jill, for
Throw an
the
asterisk on
thank you
that.
for the cheesecake, Jill. That
Yes,
was awesome.
You're
Cheesecake was
welcome.
great. And looking forward to get the real locomotive back
Oh my God.
next week.
We missed this.
Oh,
I
How did
know.
we miss this?
I know.
We have to talk about it when Tom's back.
Yeah,
Yes.
do that.
yes.
This
All right.
is tune in Tuesday.
I apologize. We missed a great bit that we're going to do.
It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, it's
It
a
is.
cliffhanger.
Oh, and Tom is not going to be happy.
No.
It's actually, you know what? Getting it with Tom, because he is just going to rip the
Right.
whole thing.
It's going to be
It's going to be
interesting.
something.
Tune
So
in.
tune in Tuesday.
I'm going to give him a little teaser. I'm going to flash this on the screen.
Oh, all right.
And we're not even going to mention like what it's
So for those listening, you won't be able to even see this teaser.
One,
But for those on
two,
Facebook
gone.
or
Wow.
YouTube.
That we're going to talk about that on Tuesday.
You know they
All
could
right.
pause
They're going to slow
the
it down.
screen,
They're
though,
going to slow it down.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes.
Good. And our Egyptologist is going to chime in too.
And
I
say
have
how
no idea what this means.
they didn't have this in Egypt.
Oh, St. Joe's didn't teach this course.
All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Indiana's Most Dangerous Podcast, Lockpod, Season 8, Episode 18. We'll see you on Tuesday. Lockpod is out.